Hi everyone, Miss Lamb here. Today we're going to be learning a couple quick maintenance things for your trumpet. The first of which is very simple. It's just how to empty water out. As you play and that warm air condenses, it's going to generate moisture, and it's a lot harder to play with that in your trumpet. So we like to remove it. So how we do that is these are the two valves right here. We're going to start with the bigger slide. You don't want to buzz into it because that'll generate sound, but you want to just blow air through it. Slow, warm air, kind of like ocean sounds, and open this at the same time that you're blowing. So that's what you're looking for. Now, the other smaller slide, you need one extra step. This needs to be pressed down, your third valve, in order for air to go through that. So you have to press this down while blowing and opening this small. And we'll go over how to do that in lessons 2 as well. The next thing I'm going to show you is slide grease. Sometimes this slide, see how easily it moves right now? Sometimes that does get a little bit frozen. So how we put that on is you remove the slide. You would wipe off all of the old grease with a paper towel, and then you would put on here, just on your fingers, like a little bit. Notice not a ton, especially at the top, and work it all the way around. And then you would put this back into your trumpet. Now, because of gravity, right, we gotta put this bottom part facing downwards because that's gonna be our water key, and then you just line it up here and push it in. So, and you'll know it's in correctly. It does fit both ways, but you'll know it's in correctly if the spit valve right here is pointing towards the ground. The next thing we're going to do is oil our valves, because sometimes these valves right here get stuck. I'm going to take off the mouthpiece because the last thing we want, the oil is kind of messy. The last thing we want is that oil getting onto where we put our mouth. So take the mouthpiece off, put it in the case, and then start to oil your valves. So the first thing we're going to do is unscrew this right here. And once that's nice and loose, we're going to pull up on the valve. This is as far as you need to pull the valve out. When you're doing it, I am going to pull the entire thing out so you can see what it looks like inside, but this, when you're oiling it, is as far as it needs to come out. So this is what it looks like. We are going to put the oil here. So it can get in the holes. It's not going to damage it, but it also is not going to do any good because the inner of these holes is not making contact with the valve cylinder. So we want it on the part that's actually making contact, which is this silver part right here. You're just going to put a couple drops of oil. You can do that now. But again, yours is still going to be in the trumpet when you're doing this. So you're just going to drop a couple things of oil, and once you've dropped the oil, then you're going to slide it back in so it looks like this. Now, we want to make sure when we're doing this, it is messy. Notice I'm at school, so it's going on a carpet here. But if you're at home, definitely make sure that you are doing this like over paper towels or garbage or something like that, because it does stain your clothing, the oil. And it can like drip out, because notice like there's an opening down here. So just be careful of that. Once it's in, you're just gonna twist it until it clicks ever so slightly, and that tells you it's in place. I don't know if this will pick it up, but it just clicked. I don't know if you can tell, but that means it's in the correct spot. And then you're just gonna put this back down. It does sometimes lock into place backwards. So if you blow into the trumpet after doing this and nothing comes out, like no sound at all, and it kind of feels like tons of resistance, then it just means it clicked in backwards. So just be careful of that. And then it should move up and down quite nicely. When you're done oiling the valves, make sure you wash your hands. Same for the slide grease. It's the kind of toxic chemicals. So make sure that before you like go to put back your mouthpiece on, that you wash your hands after doing either the slide grease or the oil. I do want to stress the importance of only taking one valve out at a time, because some of them are labeled 1, 2, 3, and some brands are not. So it's really difficult to tell which goes where if they're not labeled. So just make sure you only take out one at a time and that you're not taking out the whole way like I did. You're just doing it up just a little bit, dropping that oil in and coming through. If this doesn't fix it, please let me know. Don't try to jam it in or anything of that nature. If this does not help your valves out, it could mean that something inside of the trumpet got a little bit misaligned. So please don't jam it in. If this doesn't, just bring it in and I will take a look at it. All right, I'll see you in your lessons. Bye.